Okay, we're now ready to continue with part B of our single system design. We've been doing the case of Jim Bob, and we were interrupted by the fact that IBM SPSS does not support JavaScript on Mac computers. So in the meantime, I sent IBM an email to let them know my concerns, and I'm now on a Windows computer. So let's open up that particular data file. What we have to do is to create a graph, and so which is basically a line drawing. This version looks a little bit different than yours. You'd go to the legacy dialog, but again, it would be a simple line chart. And then what you do need to do is go to the bottom and pick values of individual cases. That's not the default. Pick values of individual cases, define, and then move over your continuous variable. That's what the line represents, and click on OK. Now, what you need to do, of course, this is a pretty nice looking line chart. Need to edit it. This would be week of intervention at the bottom. And then the word value appears there as well. You want to get rid of that. And so just put in number of self-initiated contacts. So get out a chart editor, right click and copy, close that, close SPSS, then go into a Microsoft Word document and do edit paste. Okay, so there's our chart right there. There's one more thing that we need to do that's really pretty important, and that is we need to draw in a line between the A and B phase so that the reader knows for sure when the first half of treatment is and when the second half of the treatment or intervention is. So it could be different on your version of Word, but I'm going to do that. And right now, again, remember it's halfway between weeks 6 and 7. Draw that in. You can also insert text boxes in this half, say first half of treatment or intervention, then that would be the second half of treatment. So what you need to do is your assessment now of this visual line chart, or what we call celeration line. Some people call it a polygon. Regardless, you have to say, what does this say? What would you do in the course of treatment? Well, one thing to look at is first the overall trend of the line. If you took a ruler and drew from the beginning to the end, it would probably go somewhere from here and then up further. Let's see if I can actually draw that in. Approximately somewhere like right there. So high numbers here, number of self-initiated contacts, is really a good thing. So you can see over time from week 1 to week 10 that the client, in this case, his name is Scooter Hardy, is actually getting better for sure, and that's a great thing. Now, of course, you've been sharing this line chart, this acceleration line, with your client. That's how this type of research differs from classic research. This is something that you use in the course of treatment, and your clients will want to see this. They need to know if they're working hard enough, or they need to be rewarded when they are doing real well. So the overall trend is really good. I do, as counselor here in this case, really want to look at a particular couple points. Here at week 4 was pretty low. So I'm going to ask Scooter specifically, what happened in week 4? You really didn't have a lot of contacts. You were doing well the week before, and you just kind of dropped off. And it really took you a while to get back to where you were in week 3. But on the other hand, I'm also really interested here in week 8. Week 8, the client did super well. He had almost 12 contacts. I think he did have 12 contacts, in fact. And so I want to find out, what did you do right? What was happening in your life that made this work really well, and then it kind of fizzled again? So we need to have some concern that that the points here don't more closely follow a more even level. But again, overall, it's good over time. As a counselor or someone doing the intervention here, I have to look out for these highs and lows because they're real important. The visual analysis here of your line chart, of your acceleration line, is just as important as your statistical findings. And again, for social work, practice implications, watch out for the highs and lows, but again, note that he really is making progress over time. And so that concludes part B of the single system design.